Hello, I'm Harrison Marlowe. Welcome back to the series on Following the Paranormal. Today we're going to meet some investigators themselves, a team of two from the UK, the Polterguys. Let's meet them. So how long has the Poltergeist been in operation? How long has the business been running?
As a business, where we've been actually making money, not very long. But as like a duo, we've been doing it for...
Yeah, we met in high school. I was the kid who, you always have that kid in school who whittles crosses in woodwork class to ward off vampires. Hi, I'm Dan Marsh. I specialise in anti-spectral weaponry and advanced tactics, or ASWAT for the Polterguys. I was born in a small town on the East Coast, son of an accountant.
Just letting we don't need like a backstory. We just need you to tell us what you do for the Poltergeist, like what your role is in the team. So, Jeremiah.
Hello.
What would you say your role in the Poltergeist is?
First of all, do you want tea? Seeing the ghosts, it's quite a big one. Sensing the ghosts, smelling the ghosts, tasting the ghosts. Just general sensing stuff, clairvoyant stuff, as you'd probably say, but I don't like to use that word because it's a bit mainstream and I'm kind of quirky, you know what I mean? Just take sugar.
So Dan, could you explain to us what ASWAT is all about? Like, what does it involve?
I'd love to. The first part, the ASWA, that's anti-spectral weaponry. That consists of weaponry that kills ghosts, basically. The second part, the AT part, is advanced tactics, which is basically just, knowing when to look around a corner, because you don't want a ghost to see you. Because if it does, then you're going to get spooked.
As in looking like us? Well, I guess so. They're kind of see-through though. Have you ever seen Casper? The friendly ghost. Imagine that, but not friendly.
So we have a certain number of steps that we go through. We make sure we hit each of these steps before we go out.
Poltergeist Survival Guide. Step 1.
Yeah, that's what we call it.
Step 1, find the client. Or the client finds us in most cases.
Yeah, we post leaflets about in places that we think could potentially be haunted. Like we'll go to abandoned houses, we'll put the note through the letterbox. Get out of there.
Well, if it's an abandoned house, no one's going to see the flyer.
Step 2, we'll be contacted by the client.
Okay.
He'll, for example, last week we were contacted by a gravedigger. He was worried about some figures he'd seen at a graveyard. He wanted us to come investigate, so he took us to the graveyard.
He wanted us to come and dig up the past. And that's where I come in. We'll go to the area. Dan's got his equipment. I've got my equipment. We'll look through the rooms or go around the area, the graveyard for instance, and we'll sort of get a sense for the situation, what we'll be dealing with. 1 ghost, 2 ghosts, 100 ghosts, you never know. That's the beauty about ghost hunting, you never know if there's actually going to be any ghosts.
Okay, standard ghost hunting gear, 101. Okay. We've got the much needed headlamp. Pop this on, turn it on. You can see ghosts. Tripolymer heavy duty workman gloves, because we can sometimes climb places to to get into those places with ghosts. We will pick up things that we're unsure about. We don't want to get on our hands. Quite a good.
No, it's got quite a good suction for that.
Yeah, good to slap walls with. Then we've got these heavy-duty workman overalls. That's just because we don't want to get anything on our clothes, really. Assortment of coloured clips for any clipping needs, really. We could clip these to us. We could
Clip a clip
clip a clip
to us.
clip a clip to us. Then, of course, most important, you got that.
Ever since the start, we've had cranberry candles or some sort of cranberry scented thing there, and it just seems to work. So we usually stick with it.
So I think you take these candles with you when you.
Oh yeah, we stock up. Yeah, I think the last time I ordered some cranberry scented candles, I think I got 7,000. But you never know when you're going to need them. So it's you get through them. That's the main thing.
So how many do you have left out of those 7,000 candles?
Out of them, that's added to the bulk we've already got.
So you still,
We've got a cupboard dedicated to them in the old.
so
the
before
office.
you ran out of the last lot, you bought more.
I bought mine, because Christmas is obviously gone now, and you get them in sales.
So how many do you have now?
17,000.
If we didn't have them with us, they
Well,
would.
I'd probably melt down. I don't think
Yeah.
I'd be able to cope with
It's
it.
happened before. We
Yeah.
had to take him to the hospital. It was stressful.
And the hospital was a terrible place to take me because how many ghosts are there? You know what I mean?
A candle. The main source of fighting these spirits are candles.
And last but certainly not least, we need to introduce you to Big Mac over here. This is what powers the discharger. Just unscrew that protoplasmic reticulum in here. Protoplasmic reticulum.
Okay, so how does that work? If you wouldn't mind explaining that to us.
It's just something I concocted myself. You actually take the ectoplasm that we find from the ghosts and we mix it with a bunch of chemicals, which I can't really disclose because it's a bit of a family recipe. But I basically just cook this up. The ghosts hate it. You know, like how sharks don't like the smell of dead shark. Ghosts don't like the smell of dead ghosts. Screw that back on. Power this up. And it's ready to fire. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to point it at you.
Little worried about the biohazard and the radiation risk warnings that are all over it, especially with the fact that it's turned on now as well. I mean, is it legal?
We'll turn it off if it makes you feel better.
Yeah, if you feel a bit.
There we go. I'll put that down.
We've got knobs as well.
Yeah, they turn.
Big Mac. It hums when it's on.
Step 4. We review the footage that I've got during step 3.
So it's the sort of thing we look for in these sort of shots when we review the footage. Is there any orbs, any sort of movements, stuff like that? We've had a few orbs, but we've never really had anything like actually move.
No concrete.
No like golden
things.
moments really.
Then decide whether we will continue. And if so, then we go to the lock-in. If not, then we
Don't
go to the lock-in.
Step 5, we go back to the location when it's got dark. We get locked in overnight, and we conduct our full-scale investigation. Cameras, gear, candles, senses, candles,
More candles.
and ghosts.
Looking forward to going out with you tonight, then, guys.
We're looking forward to showing you the real world of the paranormal world.
Excellent. That sounds like a plan to me. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
You don't need to pose.
Okay, so we're on our way to Hopper's Woods for the lock-in. thought it'd be a good opportunity to talk about some of the history of Hoppers Wood. There was a secret society, a coven, in 1986 that was found doing like occult rituals in the woods.
Naked.
Yeah, they were naked.
You've got to be naked.
Pretty sexy. Gives a bit of a you don't really find that.
You
When
don't.
you're into the ghost, you don't find
Gives us a bit of a break, doesn't it?
any sort of sexiness, but
Fancy the female in there.
give you something to think about. One man saw orbs, which is one of the things we specialise in.
I believe that's over there, isn't it?
Mystical, yeah.
Charlotte.
We're trained for this.
A lot of years practice have gone into this.
Yeah, I personally do a lot of shadow boxing because you can never know what shadows are going to have ghosts in.
Here we go, boys and girls. Watch out for that big old pothole again. There it is. Okay, so here we are in Hoppers Wood. As you can see, it's quite dark, so we've had to use the lighting rigs. Already getting a bit of a strange feeling. Completely different atmosphere to what it was earlier when we came in the day. Not the best atmosphere, but a good one for ghost hunting, I feel. Let's do this.
It's all clear so far.
How do you know you can't see ghosts?
Jeremiah sees them and he tells me where they are, and then I'll shoot until he says, "Yeah, you got him."
And so there's a lot of like missing involved. It's a lot of hit and miss.
I never miss. The thing about this place is you've got to keep a cool head. You've got to be easy breezy. Can't let fear rule you.
So what do you do when you see a ghost? Like, what's the best course of action?
Never run.
You always know when you feel it. That's what I'm going to say. A lot of people think they know what a ghost feels like, but it's a completely different experience to what you've ever felt before. That's all I can say. It's more like a, you know when you run a hot bath and you dip your feet in for the first time and it's too hot. Feels like that, but cold. I can tell you now, 100%, that wood should probably got ghosts in it.
Okay.
Oh no, that's weird.
You're right.
Always give me a strange feeling. Basically letting them into me.
Is it tight in there?
It's a bit strange.
Not really enough room for two.
Yeah, it's really, basically that's what it is. If I was doing this in my...
You know, if you had stretched beforehand, they would have just gone straight in.
should have done it. I usually stretch that.
Yeah, you usually stretch
I
it
usually
out.
do my little exercise, I forgot to do it. Okay, so we just heard a noise. Sounded quite, I don't know how would you describe it.
Shrieky?
Bit shrieky, bit metallic.
Yeah.
Not the best. Ghosts.
You look it dead in the eye and you say, "Stop. Stop that." You know? Never run. Okay, go.
See you later, mate. I hope you enjoyed the documentary.
And that was the last time I saw Dan and Jeremiah. After the events in Hoppers Woods, they wouldn't answer the phone, nor answer the door. I just couldn't get in contact with them. I don't know what I saw that night, and I can never be certain. But if I can be certain of anything, it's that those candles didn't do anything.